What's going on, y'all? Sean McClendon with Math Swap Tutoring with a little SAT math practice for you. Now, this is not explicit uh an explicit SAT problem. However, it is a skill that will be very helpful for you to remember, or a set of skills rather that'll be helpful for you to remember for SAT math. Now, the skills we're going to review in this example that I've put together are unit conversions, unit rates, and percents. So you can use your calculator with this, and I'm going to pull out my handy dandy graphing calculator here. But keep in mind, keep in mind for the SAT, this newer version, the digital SAT, you can use a calculator, um, on the whole thing, and you can either use a calculator that's on the computer, or you can use your own. Like you have to make sure it's approved. Anyhow, this is what we're going to ask ourselves. Is healthy food really more expensive than junk food? Now, again, this is a good SAT practice kind of example because SAT problems essentially see how well you apply your knowledge of stuff, math, verbal, whatever, um, to solve real world problems. They try to see your ability to think and apply what you know. Okay, so we're gonna apply it to a very important question. Because thinking very practically, a lot of times we talk about how it's hard to eat healthy because eating healthier is more expensive. So let's kind of compare healthy food to expensive food. I mean, healthy food to junk food in regard to how expensive it is. Now, we're gonna examine this stuff um um in the following way. Cost per unit weight. So what I mean is we're going to compare healthy food to junk food, compare them based on their cost per pound. Now, there are other ways that you can compare healthy food and junk food in regard to its value, but we're doing cost per pound, or not pound, but cost per unit weight. Okay. Now, so let's write down a few things here. So I go to the grocery store a lot. So I was able to remember the following stats. So bananas, my local grocery store, are, oops, I'm writing that sloppy. Bananas are 69 cents a pound. Okay. Then you have broccoli crowns, which are 179 a pound. Apples, at least the variety that I buy, are 199 a pound. And then let's do chicken breast. And the particular chicken breasts I get are 7.49 a pound. They may be organic. Okay. So these arguably are healthy foods here. Okay. Now, I got a list of unhealthy foods as well that we're going to compare these to. Okay. So you have Sprite, the soft drink. If you have is that an example? Actually, I didn't want to do this one here because this one kind of gets into like fluid ounces versus like ounces. So let's not do Sprite. We're gonna do Takis. I've never had them before, but I know that they're a big thing these days. They're $3.99, and that's gonna be for a 9.9 ounce package. Okay. You have Oreos, which are $4.99, and that is for a package that is 18.12 ounces. Okay, then McDonald's fries. And this is specifically a medium fry, which is 3.39. And that is for 117 grams. Now, here's the thing. If we are going to compare these at cost per unit weight, the way that you compare them accurately is to have them all with the same units. Okay. So if you notice, at the grocery store, you can pretty much see cost per pound with all your produce. Now with some of these things, they don't necessarily do cost per pound. They might do cost per ounce, or they might do just cost per package. In this case, these are costs per package, but we do see weights given in ounces and grams. However, for sake of consistency, I want everything to be in dollars per pound, okay? Which means we have to do some unit conversions here. All right, so here we go. And so how do we want to do this here? So let's see. So let's take Takis. We're going to take Takis and we're going to convert those. So it's $3.99 and that's a 9.9 ounce package. Okay. So first thing that we can do is this here. And I'm going to do it in two stages, separate stages, just for the sake of kind of illustrating unit conversion, unit rate, and percents. Okay. So now we have 9.9 ounces. Well, before we do that here, let's do this. Conversion factors. Okay. So keep this in mind. So you probably remember this one here. Conversion factors are factors that compare one unit to another unit. It's kind of like a ratio. But there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. Okay. Then you have also that 1 pound is equal to 453.592 grams. Okay. And then finally, 1 ounce is equal to 28.3495 grams. Now, we may not use all of these, but anyhow, we'll see what happens. All right. Now, first thing we want to do, we know that this is the price of Takis for 9.9 ounces. Okay. Now, what is this in pounds? So this is how we're going to do this. You have 9.9 ounces, and we know that there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to multiply 9.9 ounces times this conversion factor in this configuration. 1 pound for every 16 ounces. Now, why are we writing it this way and multiplying it this way instead of doing 16 ounces in 1 pound? Basically, we know that we want the unit to be pounds, which means that we want to put the unit we don't want anymore in the bottom. Why? Because it's going to cancel out with the ounces on the top. Ounces on top, ounces on bottom, those units are going to cancel. And then you're only going to have the unit of pounds. Now all you have to do is 9.9 times 1 divided by 16. And again, that's going to be in pounds. So you have 9.9 times 1 divided by 16. That's going to be 0.62 pounds. Okay. Now, so this is 0.62 pounds. Now we have that Takis are $3.99 for every 0.62 pounds. Okay. So this was unit conversion. Now we want the unit rate. In other words, we want the cost for one unit. Right now we have the cost for 0.62 of this unit, but we want the cost per unit. Okay. And so you can look at this way. Really, the way that you do this is you just do 3.99 divided by 0.62. Anyway, when you have a fraction, it's really numerator divided by denominator anyway, and retain the units. Okay. So 3.99 divided by 0.62 that is going to give you, and we're gonna round, so it's gonna be 640. We're kind of approximating this. We're rounding to the nearest or I should say 644. I'm sorry about that. 640. Uh-oh. Let me just erase that. Sorry about that. So you got 644 per pound. So again, you divide the top by the bottom and then you retain the unit. So you still have dollars per pound, but you just do the top divided by bottom. Or you could say, what do I need to do to get this to be 1 down here? You would divide this by 0.62, then you would divide that by 0.62. Exact same thing that I did by just doing 3.99 divided by 0.62. So this is 644 per pound. All right. So let's look at this here. So you got 644 per pound for Takis compared to all of these here. Now, the closest this gets to, so this means bananas per pound, broccolis per pound, and apples per pound are all way, way cheaper than Takis per pound. It's very interesting. Now, again, there are other ways for us to compare this stuff, but this is kind of telling, okay? And let me put a box around here. Actually, let me change that color there. I do this in the blue so we can kind of see it a little bit better. Okay, how about Oreos? How about Oreos? Now, if we want to see about Oreos, Oreos are, so this is Takis. How about Oreos? So Oreos, we have 18.12 ounces for a $4.99 pack of Oreos. Now I'm gonna do this unit conversion and unit rate. This is unit rate in the same step here. So we know that it's $4.99 for every 18.12 ounce pack of Oreos. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna multiply this times our conversion factor times. Now look, because we want the ounces to cancel out, and we want pounds down here. It's gonna be 16 ounces for every 1 pound. So you have ounces on top, ounces on bottom, which will cancel. Okay, and so now you're gonna have dollars per pound like you want. And then when we do all this math, we're gonna automatically find the unit rate in the same step. Okay. So you have $4.99 times 16, and then divide that by 18.12. And so we have rounded to the nearest hundredth. That's going to be 441 per pound. Okay. So 441 per pound. All right, there you go. Good stuff. All right, so what about McDonald's fries? How do those compare per pound? So you have 339 for every 117 grams. And we're going to use this conversion factor here. Time, we know that 1 pound is 453.592 grams. So that's going to be 453.592 grams for every 1 pound. Okay. Grams are going to cancel. Now let's just do all of our multiplication here. So you have I'd say, yeah, 339 times 453.592, and then divide that by 117. That gives us 13.14 per pound. Okay. And I don't really have a lot of space there, so I won't really worry about writing that down up there as well, but you kind of get the point. So this is very interesting here. So check it out. With this junk food, Takis are $6.44 per pound. Oreos are $4.99 per pound. I mean, they're $4.41 per pound. I'm sorry. And then McDonald's fries are $13.14 per pound. Compare those to our healthy foods here. Bananas at 69 cents a pound, broccoli crowns at 179 a pound, apples at 199 a pound, and then chicken breast at 749 a pound. Now, it looks like on average, when you compare them according to their weight, that junk food costs more than healthy food. Think about that. Now, I will say this, another way to compare healthy food to junk food is by comparing the calories, like the cost per calorie. And so because junk foods are going to be a lot of times much higher in calories, the chances are they probably will be cheaper per calorie. But of course, that's a less valuable calorie. But for the purpose of this video here, then I'm not going to talk about that. We're just talking about the math. Now, just for the sake of comparison, let's talk about let's compare chicken breast and fries using percentages. Okay. So chicken breast is 7.49 a pound. And then McDonald's fries are $13.14 a pound. Now, which one costs more? Obviously, the McDonald's fries cost more per pound. The question is, what percentage, what let me see, how much less is chicken breast in cost percentage than McDonald's fries? Okay. So I'll say it this way. What percentage lower is chicken breast compared to McDonald's fries? All right. Oops, I didn't want to make that smaller. So we have the cost of fries, we have the cost of chicken breast. We know that chicken breast um costs less than McDonald's fries per pound. So we want to say how much less as expressed um by percentages. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do it this way. You may remember this part over whole. I don't necessarily prefer this way because I think about it differently, equals percent over 100. Okay. And so we're going to say the whole is our number here. The number that we're wanting to see what the smaller number is a percentage of. I mean, let me rephrase that. We're wanting to see what percentage the chicken breast cost is out of the McDonald's cost. So that means since we're coming out of this is going to be our whole, this is going to be our part. So yeah, 749 out of 1314 equals what percentage over 100, okay? And so basically you cross multiply. So you're gonna multiply. So really you could do it this way: multiply both sides by 100, and then you're gonna be left with percent, which is gonna be your actual percentage. Okay, so the percentage is gonna be 749 times 100 divided by 1314. Okay. So that is 50, really right at about 57%. All right. So because 749 is 57% of 1314, what percentage lower is that? So we need to subtract 57 from 100%. So what is that? 43? Yeah. Okay. So basically what we found out is this. And let me make this a little larger. So chicken breasts are 43%. Sorry, let me expand this here. Lower in cost than McDonald's fries when compared by weight. Okay. So again, 749, the cost of 749 is 57% of 1314. Okay. So that means that because that's the percentage of the cost of McDonald's fries per pound, then to find how much lower that is, you have to subtract that percentage from 100 to get this here. Okay. So this is a pretty cool exercise. It seems at least when you compare foods by weight, that perhaps at least with the few that we compared, the healthy food actually a lot of times costs much less than junk food per pound. Now, again, you can compare these by using calories, which might be more valuable in some ways. But this is a good exercise applying math to real world stuff. Hey, thank you for watching this video. If you need math tutoring or you need SAT math help, look in the description to find out how you can sign up today. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you stay in touch with Math Swap Tutoring on YouTube. Have a good one.